Monday it'll be sunny with a high in the low 20s. Now, cricket is an increasingly popular sport here in the city, thanks to an influx of people from cricket-mad countries in South Asia, the West Indies. In fact, the Toronto Mayor's youth cricket team has just returned from a successful tour of the UK. At the same time, the Pakistani men's team was also there, but their actions playing England have got the cricket world in an uproar. Several members of the Pakistani team are making international headlines for apparently throwing matches. Joining me now to talk about how this growing scandal is being perceived here in the city is Ranil Mendis, who is one of the organizers of the Toronto Mayor's youth cricket team. Ranil, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kevin.
What is your understanding of what happened in this match-fixing scandal?
Well, Kevin, in fact, I was trying to talk to CBC about how wonderful job the SEMA youth team did in London last week. But when I came in, this story, the saddest story of cricket that we have heard in a long time, and it involves, very unfortunately, a young superstar in the making by the name of Mohammad Amir and two other cricketers from the Pakistan cricket team. So it involves, at this point at least, we are dealing with news report of a sting operation carried out by a UK tabloid. But the evidence so far that they have shown is very serious, and if a little bit of that can be stand the test of courts, I think the cricket world will face one of the biggest tests of character.
Well, and in fact, you said you should be talking about how well your team had done, and instead everyone in the cricket world is talking about this. What are the cricket fans in this city saying?
Well, Kevin, there's a lot of bleeding hearts in the cricket community. We are not just talking about Pakistan per se as a country, but we are cricket fans around the world. Millions and millions of cricket fans are very saddened by what we have seen the last couple of days, and they are shocked and looking to the future, and some action that needs to be taken by the authorities. It has to be swift and very, very decisive. That's what we are all hoping for.
Are you worried, though, that this could just be the tip of the iceberg, which is something that happens whenever there's a scandal in any sport about match fixing? Soccer a few years ago in English Premier League, cricket's had problems before as well. Are you worried that this could go deeper?
Well, if you really look back for 10 years, first instance that I can recall was when two Australian cricketers by the name Shane Warne, very famous cricketer.
One of the best bowlers in the world.
One of the best bowlers, and Steve Waugh, a very popular cricket captain. They were punished by the Australian Cricket Board way back in the early 90s. And then came Hansie Cronje, South African cricket captain. And then the things never really did take the course that it needs to. I think the fault of all that I think squarely belongs to cricket authorities around the world for not taking quick action at that point. The positive that we can look at with this whole thing is that now is the time for cricket authorities around the world to take swift action and put a stop.
One of the things that's interesting is when people talk about soccer being fixed, one of the defenses is that you can't buy off a team of 12 players. It's too difficult. In cricket, is it possible to target just a couple of players on a team to make a huge difference?
I think, Kevin, the whole thing comes down to two concepts. One is called match fixing. The other one is spot fixing. Spot fixing, the very issue that is on the table here is that at any given moment of time, you could just get in touch with two players and create a predetermined act. In this particular case, the match fixer said, I will make sure the third ball or the last ball of the 10th over will be called a no ball. And based on that concept, they will make money. So it is difficult, but I think if proper education, mentoring, coaching and training can be given to youngsters from a very young age, you need to showcase the country. You are a model for all the other cricketers in the world, and that is how these things can be stopped, because this is exactly what the Mayor's youth team is trying to do. We are trying to get the youngsters at a very young age and teach them the concept. You cannot break the records, and I think there is an element of greed that is creeping into these young hearts and trying to make a quick buck out of anything, and that needs to be really fixed from a very young age.
Just quickly, Ranil, because you said you would rather be talking about how well the team did. How well did the team do?
Well, we had 9 matches in England. 7 of them we won without any problems. Two matches we lost. And one of the things the team did in England was to visit the home of cricket. Unfortunately, the very, very location that all these unfortunate things are happening. The Toronto team was there, and we were welcomed by the chief of Melbourne Cricket Club, which is the guardians of Lord's Cricket Grounds in England.
Well, Ranil, thank you very much for talking to us today. We'll continue to follow this story.
Thank you very much.
That is Ranil Mendis, one of the organizers of, as he said, the successful Toronto Mayor's youth cricket team. Unfortunately, he also said, talking about the scandal at the top of the sport. You can send us your thoughts, 416-205-2700. You can also tweet us at CBC Here and Now. Jim's got the latest on your commute for you.
Now we're about